Poor Kim. I wonder if she regrets marrying that madman. Oh, please. Well, I was reading stuff. I don't know whether it's actually, look, none of them look happy. Baby North always looks pissed. He doesn't want his daughter wearing the makeup. And you know, she's at that age where we all played with makeup, whether we knew what we were doing or not. It's just a part of it. So she likes to play, but no makeup, but she can have a faux nose ring. I'm assuming that this is fake. So where are we going?
They reportedly have hired a motorcade of 2 cars and 3 bodyguards to drive Blue Ivy to school. Now, you know, as an experienced parent in the pickup drop-off line, I don't have time for a traffic jam.
So, since back in the day, Wendy Williams was pretty vocal about how raising kids in front of cameras, flashing lights, and billionaire lifestyle bubbles strips away their reality. She talked about parents using their kids as PR accessories or extensions of their brand, and predicted that once these kids grow up, they will either rebel heavily or struggle to fit into the real world.
Honey Boo Boo was eliminated last night on Dancing with the Stars. Stop it. Junior. Now, Honey Boo Boo is now how old?
13.
She's 13 years old. And Paris is 17. And this one right here, his name is Blanket, and he's 14.
For reference, Wendy often spoke on Will and Jada's free-range parenting, claiming that giving young kids total freedom with no rules or traditional schooling would lead to them being disconnected from reality. She also frequently commented on Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise's handling of Suri, often questioning why a toddler was wearing high heels out in public, and predicting the media pressure would ruin her childhood. Then, during Justin Bieber's early rise and public meltdowns, Wendy repeatedly warned that surrounding a young teenager with yes men and million-dollar checks was a recipe for a total crash.
Really nice, but was not able to contain him. Everything that he did, she would come behind and say, I'm sorry for him. And he just wasn't having it, not from her. He wasn't mean to her, but he wasn't having it from her, us, you, none of us.
Wasn't she right about all these kids? Wasn't she? Well, Miss Wendy has seen these exact patterns with both Blue Ivy and Northwest, and allegedly saying behind the scenes that it's not going to end well with either of them. The truth is, both Blue and North are spoiled rotten. And when it comes to Blue, haven't we seen it from the time Blue was literally a toddler? Like when she was shushing her parents when she could barely make complete sentences. At the time, some people thought it was cute, but there were insiders who revealed that it was just a tiny glimpse of how Blue was totally spoiled because she is used to having massive authority over everyone. In fact, allegedly, Blue was making major diva demands behind the scenes of the Renaissance tour and was reportedly treating everyone like she was their boss. I mean, Jay-Z himself said that he knows Blue is going to be the most spoiled brat in a special edition of Oprah's Masterclass, where he talked about what he learned about parenting from his mom. In his words, "I imagine I'll take things I learned from my mom and things I've learned from raising my nephews and apply that. I'll probably have the worst spoiled little kid ever." Child. Even Beyoncé's dad, Matthew Knowles, said that baby Blue Ivy can be anything she wants because he is fully prepared to buy her way in. He was like, if Blue Ivy wants to be a doctor when she grows up, then they would figure out how to buy a hospital. If she wants to be a basketball player, I already own a WNBA team so she can play there. And if she wants to be a singer, then she would be very happy. And let me not even begin with how Mama Tina has spoiled that girl rotten and even straight up calls her the manager of the house.
My beauty guru and my manager, Miss Blue Ivy Carter, has instructed me that I needed to dye my eyebrows because they have little gray strings in them. And so that's what she's doing, and I can't wait to see the end results because right now I look like Dracula's mom or somebody. So here we go. I'll show you the finished product.
Well, allegedly, other than how she's being spoiled, Wendy also finds it outrageous how Blue is expected to adapt to her parents' grueling global schedules. From traveling on massive world tours to sitting through corporate brand alignments, her lifestyle is essentially structured like a full-time job. Actually, insiders have been saying that Blue is bored to tears with the business meetings and the professionalism required by Jay-Z and Bey, and she just wishes that she could be herself and reflect her true personality. especially since it's been said that anyone entering her inner circle and their parents has to navigate strict non-disclosure agreements and heavy boundary rules. And reportedly, Blue is also tired of this, because it's impossible to have a regular, carefree friendship when everyone around you has to sign a legal document just to hang out in your living room. So, yeah, I can literally picture Wendy on her purple chair talking about all these concerns people have raised about Blue over the years. On the other hand, there's North, who is out here posting all over on TikTok, doing pranks, showing off her messy room, and basically acting like the most chaotic teen. Well, just like Blue, North started attending fashion and award shows from a very tender age, courtesy of her famous parents. For instance, in 2015, she attended the Alexander Wang show, and she was just not in the mood to entertain celebrities and the paparazzi, because in the middle of the show, she was photographed crying and throwing all sorts of tantrums. And to make matters worse, they had front row seats. Then, not long after this, she also caused a small scene at Kanye West's Adidas show when she threw a tantrum next to Beyoncé. This is also someone who, at just 2 years old, refused to walk through the airport, and instead, she rode her suitcase, and everyone just let it happen. And she also called out the paparazzi multiple times and told them not to take her pictures. Like one time, her nanny was escorting her to a ballet class, and as usual, the paparazzi were doing their thing. North simply told them, "I said no pictures," and this was just the first of a few instances. See, by the time she was 4, North had perfected the art of making everything about her, and at one point, she went to a friend's birthday party, and in true North fashion, she made it all about her. Apparently, before the birthday girl had a chance to blow out the candles on her cake, North jumped in and blew out the candles for her. I know, so inconsiderate.
And there have been other instances, like a time when Kim gathered her children for their annual Christmas shoot in an episode of The Kardashians. But she revealed that most of the photos they took were unusable, because North had her middle finger up in most of them.
I saw were unusable because North was sticking out her middle finger. And it's days like this when I really just need to lock myself in the room by myself for just a good...
Now, during her Hot Topics segments, Wendy regularly argued that pushing toddlers into front-row fashion shows and high-intensity press environments and letting them behave like they own the world was bound to backfire, or build an incredibly outspoken persona early on. And y'all have clearly seen how North has turned out, right? I'm sure y'all have noticed how North has been sporting some very extreme looks. And I'm talking about dermal piercings, which sit flat under the skin all over her fingers, hands, and even running up her wrists. Then there's also been the piercings on her face, which, real or not, are just making people draw all sorts of conclusions. Well, Kim has already been blasted quite a few times for apparently being irresponsible for allowing North to wear her alt outfits and constantly parading her negatively in the spotlight, with many on social media saying that North should be allowed to just be a kid. And then there's how she allowed North to get piercings that cannot be allowed without parental consent. As a matter of fact, the internet went absolutely ballistic over North's hand and finger piercings, with fans zooming in on paparazzi shots and pointing out that at one point, the skin looked visibly red, swollen, and irritated. These are just some of the things that Wendy would have definitely called out on Hot Topics, but that's not all. Allegedly, Wendy has also been out here clowning North's performances and saying that her parents are basically just buying her a spot in the entertainment industry, while other talented and more deserving kids are denied the opportunities. Like that painful Lion King performance that we will never forget. Also, when North performed with her dad Kanye West, she was just jumping around with her dad in the most unfiltered look with zero choreography. Honey, this is literally the exact kind of thing Wendy Williams was clowning on her show for years. Wendy kept pointing out that when billionaire parents use their status to skip the line for their kids, it doesn't teach them work ethic. It just teaches them that their parents' wallet can buy them any stage in Hollywood, like it's happening with Blue and North. At the end of the day, if Wendy Williams were still sitting in that purple chair today, you already know both Blue Ivy and North West would be permanent regulars on Hot Topics. And behind the scenes, word on the street is that she shares those exact same sentiments, which is that raising kids in an unchecked, billionaire Hollywood bubble without real boundaries isn't star quality. It's a recipe for disaster. Do you agree with her? Do you also believe that things are being taken too far with Blue and North? Sound off in the comments section below.